Hello everyone, thanks for joining me on my channel, michaelmartinsfx. If you are joining us for the first time, I want to let you know that we are on a series. We are on a series on this channel where we talk about forex trading, properties, personal finances, obviously crypto trading as well, because the strategies that we're treating are going to be looking at on this channel, we apply to crypto trading as well. So if you are joining us for the first time, I want to let you know that you missed a lot. And we have a couple of courses that we have already posted on this channel. The essence of this series that we are running is to be able to take you from Forex Basic to Forex Pro. That means even if you know nothing about Forex trading, if you know nothing about crypto trading, this channel is to take you from basic to be a professional professional Forex trader. So if you are joining us for the first time, I want to welcome you. Thank you for joining us. Do remember, please, to sign up, to subscribe, press the notification bell and the like button as well. Share with your contacts as well who are interested or that have no knowledge about forex trading, cryptos as well. Share with them so that they can be able to learn, and this will be beneficial to them. And then remember to obviously press the notification bell so that whenever we drop any of our content, educational content, you will be among the first to be notified. Today we're going to be talking about a very, very important and interesting topic. Before I forget, the handles for our YouTube channel, for TikTok, for Instagram is michaelmartinsfx. YouTube, TikTok, and YouTube michaelmartinsfx. Obviously, follow us on any of these, on all our social media handles. And obviously, with the YouTube, you have to subscribe and then press the like and notification bell as well for our notification bell, so that whenever we drop any of our videos, you'll be one of the first to be notified. Last week, guys, as you know, we've been on series on this channel. From Forex Basics to Forex Pro, we talked about so many topics in the past. And today we're going to be looking at a very interesting topic. And I want to say congratulations to you, as many that have been following us on our courses and the ones who dropped so far. I want to say congratulations. You don't know what you've acquired so far. But I want to say to you that by the end of this series, you will become a professional Forex trader. So last week, we talked about the fact that we have 8 major currencies. 8 major currencies. Now, don't forget, like I normally will say, grab a pen and make sure you have your note. I have my pen with me. Make sure you have your notes with you as well. Because whatever we're going to be discussing here, they are going to be very educational to you on your journey to becoming a professional Forex trader. So last week, we talked about the fact that we have 8 major currency pairs. You can't just jump on the trading terminal without you understanding these currency pairs. You need to have an idea of what you are doing, guys. That's why a lot of people, they describe Forex as a scam, as this and that, because they just dabble into these things. They just went to do one of YouTube videos and then they don't know what they are doing. You don't want to waste your money, and that's why this channel is there to give you free educational content. So 8 major currency pair we talked about. Now we said we have the Australian dollar. I'm going to be writing down. We have the Australian dollar. We have the Canadian dollar. We have the Switzerland. We have the euro. We have the GBP, which is the Great British pound. We have the Japanese yen. And then we have the New Zealand dollars. And then we have the US dollar as well. These are 8 major currency pairs. And one of the characteristics we talked about this, the fact that these currencies are very volatile, most traded, and obviously because of the high volume in the market, they have a high depth, high volume transactions, and then these obviously make them major currencies in the market. So if I say to you guys that I want to trade major currencies today as a Forex trader, you should beginning to be able to speak. If you have been following us by now, you should beginning to use some of those terms, right, that we use in Forex trading. So this will help you to acclimatize into the environment. See, for you to be a profitable Forex trader, you have to acclimatize. You have to blend into the terminologies, right? It's a different ecosystem entirely, guys. And that is why we are taking our time to produce this content for you. Okay? Now today, let's look at what we have today. I said this to you last time, and I'm sure you are keen to obviously join us on this. So, right, so that is all right. So, yes, so let's see. This is what we have then. What are currency pairs? Yeah, what are currency pairs? Guys, this is one of the most fundamental topics that you must know in forex trading. The understanding of your foreign currency pairs will help you to be able to make a significant decision in the market, because there are some foreign currency pairs that you don't want to trade because of the fact that maybe they are too volatile for you, or because of the fact that they are less volatile. You see now, so you need to have the understanding of these topics so you'll be able to make informed decision every time you get into the market. This is why you must follow us on this series. We are taking time to produce this content for you, for your benefit, for your journey as a forex trader. So, forex currency pairs. What are forex currency pairs? Let me grab my highlighter here. Now, in forex, currencies are traded in pairs. Now, at some point, guys, I'm going to take you to our trading terminal so you'll be able to see what we're talking about. After this, then when we go to the trading terminal, then I promise you, you'll be able to relate with the obviously the currency pairs that they put in there, right? And that is why we want to talk about this first. Then provide you the knowledge. Then we'll go to the trading terminal. We quickly scan through some of the currency pairs there, and then you will be able to say, yes, you understand what the terminologies are, the coding system there. Okay. Now, currencies are traded in pairs. GBP USD. So these are the stuff that you will be hearing, the kind of stuff you're going to be hearing. GBP USD, Australia dollar, right? USD. So you might be seeing UJ, right? USD Japanese yen. So, and many more, guys, that you will be seeing in the trading terminal. So why we say they are trading in pair is that traded in pair is the fact that you see GBP is a currency pair on its own. It's a currency, sorry, on its own, and USD is a currency. You know what pair means? Pair means two, right? Pair means two. So a pair of trousers, right? Two in one, right? So a pair of currency means two currencies in one. So in a basket of a pair of currency, we have two currencies inside it. In a basket of that pair, we have two currencies inside it. When we say a pair of currency in the basket, it means two currencies inside it. So in this case, we have two currencies, but we trade them in pair. Right? We then trade the currency singly like that. So then let's go to our next note. The first currency, just like what I've just explained to you now, the first currency in the line refer to the base currency. Now, this is very, very key, guys. Guys, after this course, you should be able to be acclimatizing with some of the terminologies that we use in forex trading. Okay? Now, remember, we say the currencies are traded in pairs. Now, this next line is now saying that the first line of the currency pair refers to as the base or the primary currency, which means in this case, GBP here represents the base or the primary currency. So whenever you see a currency pair standing this way, so the first currency is referred to as the base or the primary currency. Okay, and the second one here refers to as the quoted or the secondary currency. Take note of this terminology because it will guide you for the rest of your journey in forex trading. Yeah, the first pair represents what? The GBP here represents the base or the primary, while the USD here represents what? The quoted or the secondary. So we have the base, the first or primary, we have the quoted or the secondary currency. Now, the next line of importance here is this arrangement is the basis on which exchange rates are determined in the financial market. So the financial markets are determined because remember, if you want to trade, if you are traveling, guys, and then you are, let's say you are from Great Britain, like I am now, and then you are going to maybe United States, right? Now, United States generally, the means of exchange, right? The legal tender there is US dollars. So if you want to buy anything in the market or in these restaurants and all that, generally is US dollar that's been spent. So you have to what? Exchange your currency at the bureau de change, your GBP currency, which is the pounds. You have to exchange your pounds for United States dollars. So that process is called forex trading on its own, right? That process, which you do often and often when you are traveling abroad, you are partaking in forex trading. But in that case, you are not trading for profit. You are just trading for pleasure. But in this place now, we are teaching you how to trade for profit. Okay? Now, don't forget, in that process, two currencies are involved. There's never a time you are traveling and you want to exchange your currency and it all has to do with your currency. No, you have to exchange one currency for the other. You see, this is the reason why we say that the currencies are traded in pairs. That's why we say they are traded in pairs. Does that make sense to you now, guys? Now let's proceed. Now, super excited about this topic. Once you understand this topic, it's gonna, ease a number of things for you as you progress. Everything's gonna gel together for you. Okay. Now, that's why we said this is the basis upon which exchange rates are determined in the financial market, because the currencies are traded in pairs. You exchange one currency for the other. So the next line of points here is, in this case now, this implies how many units of quoted currencies, i.e. USD, we exchange for a single unit of the base currency, GBP. Now, let me explain what that line is saying. When you have, for instance, so we have this example there, guys. We have the GBP USD. GBP there, remember, is your what? Your what? That's your base or your primary currency, right? And the USD there, which is the United States dollar, that is your quoted or your secondary currency. So you have the base and your quoted. Now, what does that mean? Because that arrangement on its own, guys, when instead of having GBP USD arranged like this, if you were to have USD, right? If you are to have USD GBP, for instance, yeah, let's just assume, yeah, because obviously, because what we generally have, this arrangement that we generally have GBP USD, not the other way around. But let's just assume that you are traveling and the arrangement is in this way, right? What it means that USD is your what? Your base or primary, and GBP is your what? Your secondary or your quoted. Now, let's go back to our original example, yeah? GBP USD. If you are going on a bureau de change and you see arrangement like this, what it means, it matters a lot. The arrangement matters a lot. The meaning of this arrangement, GBP USD, is different from the meaning of arrangement USD GBP. There are two different meanings, even though they are same currencies. And what does it mean? That is what is being explained here. This means how many units of the quoted currency, going by our original example, we exchange the single unit. It's single units. So how many units of the quoted currency we exchange the units of the base currency? How many units of the quoted currency we exchange? How many units of the quoted currency we exchange a single unit of the base currency? So, which means we're going to go into example, right? And obviously that will be in the second listing. Which means, for instance, if you see GBP USD and you now see in front of it, you see, for instance, equals to 1.2. Let's say you see 1.21, guys. Right? Let's say GBP USD, okay, just like what we have it there now, you now see equals to 1.21. What does it mean? What it means, going by this explanation that we have here, guys, going by this that we have here, right? What it means is that for every single unit of GBP, which is the British pounds, remember, the British pounds is your what? Your base. for every single unit, you will need $1.25 to get 1 pound. Do you understand now? To get 1 pound, you need $1.21 to get 1 pound. And that's what this line is explaining. He said, how many units? Yeah, let me just clean up this place so you can be. So let me just clean up all this right up here. Yeah. So for this right up, right, let's go back here. He said, this explains how many units of the quoted. Which one is the quoted? The USD is the quoted. So how many units of the quoted of the USD will exchange for a single unit? See, this is the key word, guys. Single unit. A single means one, right? Single means one. 1 unit of the base currency. So when you see arrangement like this, right? The base currency is always 1 by default, always 1. So any number you see in front of it, right? Any number you see, any quote that you see like this one, it means that one of these base currency, which is GBP, equals 1.21 of the quoted one, which means for you to get one of British pounds, you need 1.21 of USD, which is $1.21 of the USD. Does that make sense to you guys? When we go to the trading terminal again, I will explain, give you a more example and clarification on that, right? So that's why I said the arrangement matters. In this case now, the second example that we wrote, USD, let's say the thing is written as USD GBP instead. It means that to get $1, you need $1.21 of the GBP to get $1. That's what it means. But that's why I said the arrangement matters a lot. So in this our example, we're talking about GBP USD. Okay, so let's clean this chart. So we'll remove all this so they don't distract us. Okay, so now let's proceed on what we're talking about. Now let's continue. Now the next point, forex traders buy and sell currency pairs based on their expectation of the base currency's performance relative to the quoted currency's performance, right? So now we look at examples here, right? Base currencies, we look at quoted currencies, then we now look at currency pairs. Remember, the subject is what are currency pairs, okay? The subject is what are currency pairs. So in this case now, guys, let's start from the currency pairs. Currency pair GBP JPY. This one, you see now, if I ask you guys, which one is the base currency and which one is the quoted currency? Obviously, base is the first one, which is the base or the primary. And the second one is what? The quoted or the secondary. So in this case now, let's say you have 1.21 equals to 1.20. What does it mean? It means that for every single unit of British pounds, you need what? $1.21. It costs rather. It will cost you $1.21, 20 cents, right? 20 cents in Japanese yen equivalent to get 1 pound. That is what it means. So for every British pounds, right? 1 British pounds is equivalent of £1.20 or $1.21, right? So if your if your trading terminal, for instance, is quoted, it depends on what you are trading. Whether your broker, you are quoted, your account is quoted in dollars, then this will be in dollars. If your account is quoted in pounds, then you'll be looking at this from the pounds perspective. Okay, but generally, the trading terminal is quoted in dollars. The trading terminal is quoted in dollars. So what arrangement you now have with your broker is not different based on your account type. Maybe your account is going to be in dollars or in pounds. But your trading terminal that we use, like the trading view, it's all quoted in dollar because dollar is a central exchange rate. It's a central exchange currency rather, right? For global transactions. So now we look at this from dollars. So for every one pound, it will cost you $1.20, right? So that is what it means. So when you come to this one, USD NZD, which one is the base? USD. NZD is the quoted. This one, you have NZD card. So NZD again, here is the base, right? Card is what? The quoted. This top one, USD is the base, and NZD is what? The quoted. So if you look at the next one, which is Euro JPY. So in this case now, you can see we said base currency here is Euro, and quoted currency here is what? Yeah, Japanese yen. Okay, Canada, Japan. So in this case now, Canada is the base, right? And Japan is what they quoted. So that is currency pairs, guys. So currency pairs basically suggest to us that our currencies in the trading terminals are traded in pairs. And everywhere you go, currency exchange markets, they are all traded in pairs. Okay, so let me quickly take you to our trading terminal so you can see what we are talking about here. So if I'm to share our trading terminal here, now look at our trading terminal. So right here, guys, we have, this is gold. Okay, this is gold, right? You can see it there. Now, before the market closed, this was where the exchange rate for gold, right? Gold is always traded against the USD, United States dollars. So what does it mean here? For every $1, yeah, gold, the quoted price for gold. Let me bring our test here. So this is the quoted price for gold. Yeah, gold is now traded at 45.10. Okay, 45.10. Let's remove the fraction for now. So we have 45.10. You can see this line, guys. Yeah, this line indicates the price for the currency pair that you are trading, the current price. So currently, this is the current price, and you can see the price against it. So the price against it currently is 45.10, which is $4,510, right? For one gold. Remember, gold here, XAU is the gold, USD is the currency pair. So XAU in this case, right? USD is the quoted currency. So base currency in this case is XAU, which is gold. The quoted currency, which is the secondary, is USD. Remember our knowledge. We have the base, which is base currency and primary base or primary currency. Then we have the secondary or the quoted currency. That's how the currency have traded in pairs, right? So now XAU represent gold. It's acronym for gold. If you haven't seen our last session where we talk about currency coding, how these currencies are coded, so you need to go back. So they are coded in 3 letters. Okay, XAU here stands for gold. Okay, now in this case, now based on the subject that we are on now, XAU stands for gold, and XAU is the base currency or primary. USD is the quoted or the secondary. So remember, the exchange, this currency pair arrangement means that for every single unit of gold, which is XAU, you will need how many dollars? You will need 4,510. So let's write it down. We have $510. Yeah. Then obviously we have $4,510. Yeah, $4,510. Then we have some fractions there. $510 and 378 cents. okay, dot 378. So you can see where my cursor is pointing. Then you see that is where the current price is. That's it. Okay. So that is what it means. So when you come to trade, guys, you come to trading terminal, you see what is the current price. All you just need to do, select the currency pair, and then you see the last candle that is printing. You see the line and you see the price against it. So which means for every one single unit of gold, which is our base currency, you will need $4,510 for it. Now let's go to GBP USD. Let's go and see. Now this is the currency pair we selected now. GBP USD. This is the current the price. Okay. This video is being shot during the weekend. This current one. So the market is currently closed. So now we can see, looking at my cursor, guys, you can see where the current price is saying. GBP USD. In this case now, this is our GBP, right? You can see where my cursor is, GBP. So GBP, tell me which one is the base and which one is the quoted. So the base currency here is the GBP, similar to the example we had in our slide. Yeah. The base currency is the GBP and the quoted currency is the USD. So it means that for every single unit of GBP, you will require $1.34 because our trading system obviously is quoted in what's it called, United States dollars at the central exchange currency. Okay, so for every GBP, every Great British Pounds dollar, pounds currency, you will require $1.34 for it. So by default, the base currency is usually a single currency, and then the quoted one will not. The quoted one is the one that now has this figure, right? It's telling you that you need $1.34 for every single pound. That's basically what he's talking about. Okay, and then we can go on and on. XD USD. You can see the currency pair. Put your cursor there. You see for every single New Zealand dollar, you require 0.57 cents, right? So that is just it. So that on its own says that dollar is bigger than New Zealand dollar, right? So yeah, so you can see all the currency pair, they are quoted in pairs, okay? Quoted in pairs. So let's go back to our slide again, and then let's go back to our slide. So guys, so that is what we have for you today. Currency and currency pairs. What are currency pairs? So we say currency pairs basically talks about the fact that currencies are traded in pairs. And then we'll be able to dissect the fact that the arrangement of these currencies, they matter a lot. Because for the first currency represents the base or the primary. And the second set of the currency arrangement is the quoted or the secondary. So, and then if you come down here, we talked about the fact that what the arrangement means that how many units of the quoted currency, right, we exchange for a single unit of the base currency. How many units of the quoted we exchange for this? Okay, for a single unit of the base one. So guys, if this helps you, if you have learned something today, I want you to drop some like button and some comments. Share with your contacts as well. Until then, I remain Michael Martins. Don't forget to like and share again. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't. And then so that when we drop any of our videos, you'll be among the first to be notified. Until then, I remain Michael Martins, and I will see you on the next slide, on the next session. Don't forget that is going to be another big nugget for you. And thank you again, and I will see you on our next class. Okay, bye guys, bye.